Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Finance Pastor. What an honor and a privilege it is to be with you guys. I just want to talk about a subject that is totally different than what I talk about in my channel. But I'm a huge New York Jets fan. I've been a New York Jets fan since 1983. So talk about a long time. I fell in love with the New York Jets because of New York Sack Exchange. And oddly enough, because of that is why I started trading in the stock market. Now, over the last few years, I know everyone has made fun of the New York Jets, and it's easy to make fun of the New York Jets, but we have a very dedicated fan base. Now, one of the things that I hear about lot of these social media pundits, and I'm not against them, I listen to them. I listen to Jets media, JC, Jet Central, Green Bean, Matt O'Leary, Richie, and a lot of other great people that do great content for the New York Jets. Now, the one thing is that I hear the talk about how sell the team for Woody Johnson, sell the team, but actually, Woody Johnson is actually a great owner. And I'll say that again. Woody Johnson is a great owner. Over the course of the years, he's tried every single thing. He's listened to consultants. He brought in different regimes, and each one the pundits always say, "Oh, they got to fire this person." And every time they fire them, months later or a year later, well, why did they fire them? So you have a lot of these people that create content. I'm not against it, but call a spade a spade. I'm tired of you criticizing the Jets on the way of social media, but you really put a lot of people down. For example, a lot of the stuff that people talk about this regime, I've been to a lot of games. I pay for my own tickets. I fly to games. I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So invested in the team, I am. And Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, in my opinion, are who we need now. I think there is a plan, and there is a plan that we need to follow. For example, we've never built the team from the ground up. It's always we got good to a certain point, and then we try to bring in ringers or experts that usually end up hurting the team. What Aaron Rodgers did and Devontae Adams just criticizing the New York Jets really has me fired up, because actually you came here. The Jets ownership did everything in their power to bring you your type of people, and it didn't work out. Allen Lazard was a bust. Devontae Adams, he created a lot of friction with your number one wide receiver in Garrett Wilson. So you have to look at, Woody Johnson did everything possible to make it happen. And to criticize him and be like, what a bad owner, is really unfair. For an example, many people say he doesn't know how to run an organization, which is really stupid. They come from a family that owns the Johnson & Johnson brand, a multi-billion-dollar company that has legacy. So you need to really understand what you're saying. Now, has Woody tried everything? I think so. And genuinely, because he loves this team. And I think he gets a bad rap on it. And I was listening to Jake Asman, and he was talking about this regime has to change. Well, you say that about every regime, every single one. If they don't do it immediately, what the Jets need to do is take these draft caps. And I'm not an expert, I'm not a GM, but I believe that Darren Muji's trying to build this from the ground up. You start seeing that now is going to be very hard to attract a lot of free agents that want to play for the Jets now because of the way other people perceive it. I think Aaron Glenn is the person that we need. Why do I believe that? First of all, he played for the New York Jets. He understands what fans feel. He understands that people just want to win. And as many a Jets fan, we just want to be competitive. Just trying to, like many other franchises, like the Kansas City Chiefs, other organizations, we just want to be competitive. And for these next drafts, I don't think we need to focus on a quarterback. We need to build the core, the defense. The offense too needs help before you bring in a quarterback. And I think this year, these next 2 years is going to be very pivotal. And it behooves us to have the same people, the same continuity in this organization, instead of trying to do a quick Band-Aid fix. So if you're out there and you're listening, you're a Jets fan, you have to understand that Firing another regime is not going to solve anything because we're going to be back to square one. And it almost seems like every 3 to 5 years, we reset, and reset. I mean, sometimes you get tired of that. I've been to a lot of games with Aaron Rodgers last year. I flew out to a lot of the games. And with Aaron Rodgers on our team, we did horrible. First of all, our defense regressed. The first year that Aaron Rodgers was there, that was pretty much the year. We had a really good defense. We just didn't have the quarterback. We let go many great players. JFM was one of the biggest mistakes that we did. Hassan Reddick should have never been on this team. So a lot of the mistakes we made, a lot of people don't talk about Joe Douglas. He did a lot of bad moves. He drafted a lot of players that didn't make it. So you have to look at Woody Johnson gave a GM 5 years. I mean, patience? That's to me, that's the definition of patience. And to really just criticize and just like Stephen A. Smith, criticize the Jets, man, just because it's easy to do. But one thing, the Jets are always on your mind. Many teams, they want to make fun of us, but this is the thing, the fan base is dedicated. And I'm always going to cheer for my New York Jets. No matter how bad it is, I'm going to cheer for them. Why? I'm loyal. I'm loyal to a fault, but I really do believe that we have the regime in charge. And for Coach Glenn, keep doing what you're doing. We need to build this from the ground up. We need there's a thing that when you come into different organizations, and one of the things that I have worked for a lot of great organizations throughout my career. And one of the things is you have to build it from the bottom up. Everything has to be aligned. And you always have people that want to come in and just get paid, but they're not really invested in the vision. For the Jets players that are watching this, are you married to the vision of the New York Jets? That's the key there. If you're married to the vision of the New York Jets, then we need to act accordingly. We need people that want to play for the New York Jets. And right now, to get free agents that are going to want to come to the New York Jets, unless we overpay for them, is probably not is an unlikely scenario. A lot of these big time players just really criticizing the Jets. To me, it bothers me for a little bit because you came in here, they gave you everything you've wanted, and then it didn't work out, or it's the ownership. You know, it's really a bad vibe. And a lot of people may criticize what I'm saying, but you look at it. You guys criticize Todd Bowles. You guys criticize Adam Gase. You guys criticize Robert Saleh. And you're criticizing Aaron Glenn. You can win with Jets fans sometimes. And it's the same people that want regime change. Like we're the U.S. government. Regime change. And that's where I think that the Jets need continuity. Woody Johnson has given people chances. Robert Saleh had an abundance of time to make it work. So to really say that he's never given people chances or let things work out, it's really, to me, is unjust. It kind of gives them it gives a bad taste in other people's mouths. I've been to the game, and I could tell you this. Jets fans are passionate. I mean, one of the most passionate fan bases. To think about this, we've been having 15 years of losing seasons, and there's still people that are just bullish on the Jets. I am. I mean, I'm the Jets fan that's always hopeful every single year, even though I look at the roster and say, I don't know if this is going to work. But we had a lot of great pieces in place, and we just let them go. Why? Because the New York Jets fans complain. We complained about Sammy. I mean, Sammy was good, and we complained about him that he wasn't the right fit. And to me, is this we want things so quick that we don't let things develop. And good things that take time. Good things take time. That's the key of it. Good things take time. And if you're the New York Jets here, fans, I'm bullish on Aaron Glenn. As a former player and as someone who's invested in the New York Jet culture, that's who we need. He's invested in the New York Jet culture. And any former players, keep encouraging him. This is a 2 to 3 year rebuild. We got to rebuild this whole roster. So we need a lot of help, and I'm bullish on Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn. I know that they're going to do this, and I know they're working tireless hours just to find the right people that belong on our team. And when you have a culture and when you have a culture of people that just really they don't see the changes, you gotta like take them out. That's why the Jets players that they're bringing on are people that are committed. And there's a difference when there's commitment. I believe that you're going to start seeing the organization change. And I'm bullish on the New York Jets. I hope they do well. And as always, go Jets.